Stacking Benjamins, it's all about the cash flow. Risking big on Wall Street where the stocks grow. Power ties in the concrete market jungle. Portfolio thick, make that money bundle. Money talks, I'm the voice with the slick vibe. Wolf howling while I'm climbing that high rise. I chase the bread, but now the crumb is what I leave.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. Malik here. And I know yesterday I said I would probably not do a trade review today because I'm not reporting on the funding PEPE platform. But today I actually broke my rules, and I think this is a thing for most traders to know, is that when you have a big win, the next day after is typically your most dangerous day because you feel so confident, you're internally confident that you might just take some losses because you feel like your strategy always works. You feel like you're definitely going to win. And that might be the day that you definitely take a loss. So I took so many losses today. I didn't follow my trading plan. So I decided I have to document it to actually just punish myself, basically. So I'll have to go through all of these losing trades, document them, actually show it. And then after that, we'll go through the watch list and also Tesla earnings highlights, right? So let's look into this, what happened today. So the first trade I had today was at 9 a.m. I had an entry at 9 a.m. and then I got stopped out at 9:28 for a total loss of 20.16. And you can see this is the 5%ers funding account. So this is actually phase 2. So one more pass and I'll pass this account. You can see, okay. You can see that the current level is 10,301. The profit target is 10,600. The stop out is 9,500. Right. So you can see the parameters that I'm working with there. It's a little bit more strict than the other platforms, but from what they're saying, they are more of a reputable prop firm. They've been around for a while. They have been able to transition and still offer services to the US. They might have a little bit more rules, but from what I'm seeing, they haven't been doing anything shady or stopping payouts or anything like that. Their rules are their rules, and if you make the payout, you make the payout. So right here, I haven't done documenting on this account before, so it's a little different. So if I mess up a little bit, I'm sorry. So the first trade, last night I didn't enter any trades. I didn't feel like trading. And then I decided to enter closer to when market was about to open with, what is this? A sell position. So I entered a sell position. I was looking for the market to come and test back this area before going up, but it actually tested it, bounced up, and then came back down. So it tested it. It knocked me out before coming down, basically. And then this week would have also taken me out. I think I should make note of these weeks because when these weeks happen, I'm more likely to get stopped out and not be able to stay in the trade. So my entry was a sell side at 9. So you can see 9 here. What was my entry price? So we're looking at this one. My entry price was 17,564.30. 17,564.30. Strongest. 564.30. And then my stop loss, or it's not sure, it doesn't show stop loss from what I'm seeing. Can I extend this? Yeah, it doesn't show stop loss. I'm sorry. So I can basically show you where I got stopped out because all my exits would be somewhere around where my stop loss was at. So my exit here was at 17,592.9 for a total loss of 20.16. You can see I entered here to the downside. I got stopped out here, same candle. Moving on, I re-entered on the same candle to the buy side, and then that knocked me out. This is ideally where I should have stopped trading. 17.620.40, 17.620.40, and then I got stopped out at 17.591.60 for a total loss of 20.30. So same thing on the 9 candle. I entered, I got stopped out within a minute. These ones hurt the most because it's just a quick tap out. It taps you out so fast that it makes you wonder, were you really wrong? And it makes you kind of want to revenge trade anytime you get stopped out that quickly. The next trade after that was a buy side trade at 11. Then I must admit I was a little biased because I'm looking at the market tap into my zone here, where I felt like the market would have filled that gap before coming back up. It does that sometimes, but sometimes it just breaks through it. And today it definitely broke through it. So at 17,620, I have to, what's this? 17,620. What's wrong with this? So I entered here. Profit level 700. Stop it. Okay. So that's 17,620.4. And then my stop loss was 17. For this trade, it was 17,529.2. And then I got stopped out at 17,500.4. Total loss of 20.3 on this one. Can see I entered, got stopped on the same candle. This trade was actually an accident. I made 90 cents. It was a quick entry and exit on GU. I wasn't expecting to trade GU. I thought I was trading the Nas100, but then you can see the next trade. I also had another loss on Nas100 for 20.30. Buy side again. So there's so much bias trying to like almost will the market in my direction, and then I turned out to just be completely wrong. So we're looking at this one. Then I got stopped out at 17,469.7 for a total loss of 20.3. Right here, the buyer wouldn't have worked. 12 o'clock candle would have stopped you out if you had a bigger stop loss. I mean, maybe you could have gotten a 1 to, not even a 1 to 1. You would have had a negative risk to reward ratio here, but you could have made out with some money if you had a bigger stop loss for sure. The next trade now I entered at 2 o'clock. So that's like rules of the amount of trades that I'm supposed to do on the day broken. I should only do 2, maybe 3 if I'm feeling risky or gambling, which I shouldn't be because trading is a business. So I did more than 3, more than 4, and then now I'm trading past the time that I typically trade, which is 2 o'clock. So I entered a buy side trade. So I'm biased looking at the technicals. I'm also biased at the fundamentals because Meta had earnings today. So I was expecting that Meta would have had a positive effect on the market as it usually does. I was expecting Meta to push up the market, but that definitely didn't happen today. So I entered at 2 o'clock on the 2 o'clock candle at 17,509.4. And then I got stopped out at 17,480.1 for a total loss of 23.60. So I made the stop loss a little bit bigger, but then that couldn't save me either way. I still took a loss at 23.60. Interestingly, the market, I would say it formed a gap here that it might fill. But let's see before going back up. But also we have this. We have a lot of like on top space right here. I mean, this is filled, but right here is still kind of lagging. So let's see how the market trades throughout all of that. Next thing, let's get into the watch list now. So let's move this over here. Let's move that over there. We'll do the highlights after. So Bitcoin, I need to write these narratives. What the fuck am I doing? I need to write back these narratives. So I'll get onto that. So Bitcoin is at 64137, so $2,000 lower than yesterday. Tesla, I believe it's still riding that high. You can see it gapped, came right into the zone, came right into the second zone, which is perfect. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. It came right into the zone. So that's what I'm seeing, where this strategy may be implemented to catch some big earnings moves going to a level, and then you can kind of trade from there. But still, with the implied volatility and the expiration, that's why I do not like trading options. It would be a total gamble. IMMR, we're at 7.21. So IMMR never really fell below 7 during all of this bearish pressure, which I find interesting. It never fell below 7. Very interesting. Now we have Bitfarms. It's probably holding up 2.04. Bitfarms looks like it's ready to come back up. It has actually had a change of character here. Wow. Wow, Bitfarms. Wow, you look like you want to go. You look like you're ready to start trending up, my boy. Just like this. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's keep that on the watch list. NVIDIA. Oh, wait, it's already on the watch list. NVIDIA, we have NVIDIA at 785. So a little lower than yesterday. Not taking all the bullishness that Tesla had, but kind of doing its own thing here. Not sure what that's about. Nvidia will have earnings too, which is typically a blowout earnings. So the market is kind of expecting that. The last time it did that, it blew up to close to 1,000 or 900 thereabout. You can see it was at the highest of 953 before. So the market is kind of expecting that reaction from Nvidia. If it doesn't, the market will be a little bit disappointed. AMD, we have AMD at 149, so it's not really doing much. It broke out of this zone, tapped the zone almost perfectly. I guess it tapped in there just a small little bit, but we tapped the zone here, came right back down. That could have, if you had a bullish call on this, you'd have been up at 930 if you didn't sell it at 930. No, actually, you'd have been, yes, you would have been up at 930. You'd have went up for a little bit during that time, but then it would have came back down quickly, and you probably would have lost a lot of money just on implied volatility, which sucks, which is what I hate on options. So you would have been right. You couldn't have taken the money out unless you took it out here or here. You'd have had to take it out on this candle, which would have been between 930 and 1030. If you didn't, you would have lost money. That's what I don't like about options. SMCI, I mean, everybody has their own thing, but I genuinely believe options are a scam. They're a derivative. They are what people create to kind of mess with investors, and you toy around with options for the rest of your life, and you never can play something dollar for dollar, which I think is where the real alpha is in the market. I can be wrong, but I believe I'm going to prove the dollar for dollar strategy going forward. SMCI, we have SMCI at 728, so a little lower than yesterday. So I see it's not, the chip stocks aren't doing very well. Overall, the market isn't going crazy, but I'm still watching because the market can be sneaky and it can reverse at the switch of a finger, right? So let's actually put that. I'm gonna make sure to write it and save it right now. So just merge these. Tesla had great all right earnings, but was rewarded. Bitcoin holding lower, it farms holding up actually. MMR never below 7, chip stocks holding lower. That's what I'll say for the narrative, and it should be saving right here, save to the drive. Then let's get into just a little snippet of Tesla earnings. And we're actually going to use Grok, which is Twitter's AI, to kind of curate what we want to talk about and actually talk to it, and it can pull from Twitter to actually see what people are saying about it, which is so good, right? So Tesla reported a profit of 1.2 B GAAP operating income. So what does that mean? So you can say GAAP means what? And Grok will explain in so generally accepted accounting principles. It refers to a set of accounting principles, standards, and procedures that companies are expected to follow when preparing their financial statements. These principles ensure transparency, consistency, and comparability in financial reporting, making it easier for investors, analysts, and other interested parties to understand and analyze a company's financial performance. So I'm guessing GAAP or GAAP operating income basically creates a standard where you can base that profit against multiple companies because they are using the same standard. It's like a generalized way of looking at the balance sheet of a company. So their profit is 1.2, right? The company's automotive gross margin decreased from 8.9 to 8.5. So their gross margin per vehicle fell by a little by 0.4. Tesla's energy business margin reached a record of 24.6%. So their energy business margins are growing. Energy storage deployments are expected to grow at least 75% higher than 2023. Wow. So a lot of people don't know Tesla is an energy company. So you're looking at the car company there. You think you're investing in a car company. You're not. You're investing in autonomy. You're investing in energy storage. You're investing in a whole different thing. A whole different thing. Not just cars. Cars are just like the hardware, basically. Tesla experienced a negative 2.5 billion in free cash flow in Q1, primarily due to inventory increases and higher capital expenditure. Okay. The company is reducing its headcount by over 10%, which is expected to save more than 1 billion annually. Wow. Fire those bodies, Elon. Damn. Tesla's Cybertruck production has increased by about 18 to 20% from Q4, reaching over 7 gigawatt hours per year. And also, I read something about Tesla made 1,000 Cybertrucks in 1 week or something. That's great because you have electric vehicle startups that have only made about 9,000 of their electric vehicles in a year. So if Tesla is able to print these trucks within a week, that's great, right? The company plans to stay ahead of Cybertruck production needs by ramping up additional production lines and maintaining a buffer of cell inventory. And I'm guessing these are the battery cells. Optimus robots are currently performing simple tasks in the lab and are expected to be doing useful tasks in Tesla factories by the end of this year. Well, this Optimus robot is a huge thing as well. So if you're investing in Tesla, you're investing in robots, and then investing in robots is basically investing in the how would you say, the technological advances of labor. So a robot can address a lot of manual labor things without a person doing them. So like folding clothes, mowing the lawn, washing a car, all of those things that people might pay for. You might have a robot that just does that for you year round, and you just pay a subscription to Tesla for their software. Tesla has accelerated the launch of more affordable vehicle models, with production expected to start using existing lines and open capacity. So Tesla is actually using the, how do you say now, the forms that they have, or the lines that they have, to produce more vehicles, which is actually good. And I'm guessing, as they're saying here, more affordable vehicle models. So they'll be making cheaper cars, more competitive. The competition is coming for Tesla's competition, I would say. I would ask, what did they speak about autonomy? They say about autonomy, because I find that to be very important. Full self driving is amazing, and I'm pretty sure this is the future. So Elon Musk reiterated his belief that Tesla should be considered an AI robotics company rather than just an automaker, emphasizing the importance of solving autonomy. Tesla is actively working on its full self-driving technology and expects to solve autonomy, with Musk hinting at the potential for a good chance of licensing its full self-driving technology to other automakers. And just like solving the money problem, if you know that channel, he speaks about Ford probably being the first taker of licensing the technology. And it's still going to take them about 3 to 4 years for them to actually have full self-driving cars on the road after licensing the technology. After they get through all of the regulatory hula hoops, they have to put in the cameras, they have to test it, they have to prove that these cars are safe before they even send these out on the road. Additionally, Tesla is making progress with the Optimus robot. So we speak about that. Tesla's focus on autonomy is not only seen as a strategic direction for the company, but also a key driver of its future growth and profitability. And I think Musk, oh yeah, they also hinted on the app. I'm going to say, can you show me Tesla ride sharing app? Right? So Tesla has teased its upcoming ride hailing app, which was previously referred to as Tesla Network, and is positioned as a competitor to Uber. This app would allow users to summon a Tesla vehicle, set interior temperature, and track the vehicle's location on a 3D map. So let me actually show you what Tesla was showing here. So Tesla was showing us actually the app that they'll have on the phone, where you can summon your Tesla. This is an autonomous Tesla. You can set the temperature. You can see where the car is. You can see how long it will take to get to X place. Beautiful. What type of Tesla? How many minutes? This is amazing. So if you're invested in Tesla, which I am, these are some things to pay attention to. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.